before we begin the Ditty of Carmiana, I wanted to just do a quick roundup of discussion topics because everyone has been asking in chat, like, Vinny, what do you think of this? What do you think of this game? What do you think of this game? So, very quickly, I'll just go through a couple things. Resident Evil 4 Remake reveal looked better than I expected. Like I said earlier, I hope it retains the charm of the game, like the sense of humor. And even if it doesn't, the original still exists. So, that's fine. Pokemon, it's hard to tell. I mean, I like the duck, and people like that Lechonk and stuff, but, you know, and the professors that are, like, really hot that everyone's, like, losing their shit over, so there's that. I'm wondering if it's going to retain as much of Arceus that I want it to, because that game might have spoiled me from the original style. I gotta be honest, I'm not overly attached to the original Pokemon style anymore. It's fine, and I know they're doing more open world in this one. And again, it's on the Switch, so yes, this is where I complain about the hardware of the Switch. It's a victim of its own success in many ways, because the system is now many years old. That said, some of the things looked nice. The duck is nice. Remains to be seen, but considering we just got a giant Pokemon game that came out this year, I'm not exactly, like, losing my shit over it. It's just more Pokemon. So, you know how I am. I'm a fair weather Pokemon fan. I've always described myself as such, and this one looks like that. It's past and future, which is cool as a theme. Not blowing my mind, but also the trailer didn't disappoint me. What else? I've watched the new Obi-Wan, and without spoiling anything, I just wanted to mention, I wrote down a couple things because I wanted to get this out of the way and discuss it real quick. The new episode of Obi-Wan, voice cracky one. The show is still very mixed for me. There's so much potential. Ewan is great. Some really cool shots here and there. And then, like, they put on that, you know, the camera shake plugin that Jay noticed and got lambasted for. And it's, like, a lot. Really weird to see, like, prequel and sequel energy combine into this Obi-Wan show. But it's not as bad as Star Trek Picard. No, it's not, chat members. I'm going to be calling this zombie Star Wars. I feel like that's where we're at right now. Also, James Earl Jones is not doing the voice of Darth Vader. I guess that's a spoiler. But that's as far as I'll say for spoilers. He's not doing the voice of Darth Vader. It's an AI that is doing the voice of James Earl Jones that is doing Vader. They're using Respeecher. They are literally using an AI to recreate James Earl Jones's voice. He's thanked in the credits. He's probably getting paid. But it's weird because when you know that, listen to the scenes where there's dialogue, and you know when he goes, "No, I am your father," in Empire. Listen to a couple of the scenes in the show, and you will hear him go, "I am." So I couldn't help but notice it because I was like, whoa, he sounds really young. Like, that sounds like young James Earl Jones. And in a couple scenes, it's really good. And in a couple, I'm like, that sounds kind of disjointed. What else? There's a line. I guess this is a bit of a spoiler for the Obi-Wan show. Sorry. Unmute in 10 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here's the spoiler. There is a line of dialogue where a character says, "You should have killed me when you had the chance." And it just sounded really weird to me. What else? There is fire that a character was able to put out, and then that same fire comes back a couple seconds later, and then the character doesn't put it out. Maybe there's a better reason for it, but again, there's just a lot of weird contrivances in this show. Characters teleport. There's a scene where characters are running through a tunnel, and then they teleport out of it, and then one teleports, like, around to find the exact entrance of it, and then they teleport in. So I like some of the show, and there was a cool fight scene, you know, some really good stuff with Obi-Wan, some character stuff that I was like, oh wow, that's really interesting. And then, I'm just like, oh, they're teleporting. If people say on Twitter that it hits them in the feels, that's definitely a sign that it's working, that this product is working. Because yes, there are some good moments, but it's not. I mean, this isn't the deepest shit. It's Star Wars. It's just, unfortunately, there's a big subsect of the Star Wars fandom that are fucking shitheads that, harass actual actors. And, for some people, that becomes like, well, then the show is good. Those are just awful people. It's been happening since the days with Jake Lloyd, and it kept happening with the sequels, and it's just like, how are you people this dumb that you would do that? But at the same time, if people don't like the show, they don't like the show. It's just, you got to find a way. Some people don't know how to express that in like, oh, I don't like this show, I will turn it off now. So, there's that. And it's become a huge topic. It's become spicy. And I'm not going to contribute too much, but it gets weird. So now the show is, it's become that again. And so here we go again. And, I got a bad feeling about this, as the Star Warsians would say. So yes, I wanted to just talk about the show. I'm enjoying some of it, and I will continue watching it. We're only halfway through, and maybe by the end I'll have more opinions. Maybe you don't want to hear me talk about this ever again, but I don't know. I kind of like talking about this stuff. What else? The Orville. I watched the first episode. Sorry if you're getting ads for it on my channel, but better that than Star Trek Picard. It's good. It's pretty good. I liked it. It's continuing the story and developing some stuff with some characters that's a lot deeper than I expected. But yeah, it's just a fun show, very much like TNG. It's Star Trek again, but with Sep MacFarlane, fake Star Trek. So I like it. Don't love it, but I like it a lot. The new episode of Barry that happened was amazing. Just want to throw that out there. Amazing motorcycle scene. So that was cool. Great show. Vinny, do you go outside? I do a lot, actually. I feed ducks. I enjoy birds. I'm friends with a couple of mourning doves. I will not elaborate. That you will not get any more information about that, but they're pretty cool. I like to go for walks. I like parks. I like beaches. Yeah. What else? The state of play overall was pretty good in a couple spots. I didn't watch the whole thing, but there's some cool announcements. That cat game where you get to play as a cat through like a neon city looked cool. Like I said before, the Final Fantasy XVI trailer did not really compute. I watched it. Maybe I'm getting old. It just was a lot of craziness. It didn't look bad by any means, but I don't know if I understood what I was looking at. Part of me kind of wants like, okay, here's a person with a sword, and they collect a couple people for their party, and then they go to, the castle. There's chocobos, there's moogles. I think that's probably, those days are over. But this was just insane, and there was a lot of eidolons, or whatever they are, summons. And I guess that's the direction they're going in. I'm interested, but there's a part of me that misses the simplicity of Final Fantasy. I feel like it's just compounding into this like craziness, and the camera cuts were so quick, and there were so many lasers. I know I said that during Ace Combat, but I just wanted to reiterate for anyone who's joining, so we have it all in one spot. What else am I to talk about, chat members? Any other video game things that you wanted me to talk about? OG Dead Space dev spiritual successor Callisto. I didn't see that one, but I'm interested. Oh, the Sonic game. Okay, so Sonic, my thoughts are, I watched that IGN thing. The person who played it was playing it probably in a very boring way. Not everything since Breath of the Wild needs to be big, epic, realistic-looking vistas with piano music. I think that game taught us a lot of other lessons that we could have applied to this Sonic game. but we got that instead. Now, that could be cool, but the other thing about Breath of the Wild is the physics. The stuff that you could take a screenshot of or a video of and post it online, and it was totally unique to that situation and to you. This Sonic game reminds me of some fan game I played not long ago, where it's like Sonic going fast in a realistic setting. It doesn't look bad. It looks like, and I'm not a Sonic fan, you know this, chat. I've only played a little Sonic, but it looks to me like a lot of clashing assets. It looks like it needs a lot more time, and it looks kind of, I don't know, slow-ish. Like for a Sonic game, maybe you go faster later and unlock new shoes, like to contain his feet. The build is from May. Chat member, that is a couple days ago. Even if it is a month ago, that's not gonna redo the whole thing. I mean, you got a lot of stuff in that game. If they're gonna release it this year, they're just polishing up what they have, probably adding stuff. You know, if you want to like really go whole hog, you need to spend a lot of time on that kind of thing. Vinny, I don't think they were defending it. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, whatever the case is, to me, it looked like that first trailer was, I had, you know, interest. Then we saw another teaser and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I saw the gameplay and now I'm going to wait until it comes out. It didn't blow me away. So, but I mean, these are the spicy topics. It goes politics, then Star Wars, then Sonic, and then Kingdom Hearts, therefore Square Enix. Those are the spicy topics of this planet. So, you know. Spider-Man looked cool. Did I miss any topics? What about Morbius? Well, like I said before, I'm just shocked that Morbius is getting another run in the theaters because we all fucking memed it so hard. I have people telling me they're watching Morbius because they keep hearing about it. Like, oh, I want to see what's up with this movie. That's enough for Sony to get the message. They're making a sequel. They're bringing it back to the theater. This fucking mediocre, subpar piece of shit movie, I've not seen it, by the way. So, whatever this movie is, this is exactly what a company wants. And it's all because the word morb is funny. So, bravo, internet, we did it. I contributed. Sony, you owe me a check. And congratulations, everybody, we did it. We made this shitty movie very successful. But The Northman, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm very excited to see it, and Everything Everywhere All the Time, those movies aren't memed nearly as hard as this, and probably aren't going to make as much money. So, what else? Oh, one more thing, chat. Last one. Here we go. One more topic. Diablo Immortal. I played it. I played the mobile version and the PC version, and I got to like level 25, and I'm going to tell you something. Why? Because it's free. I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to see what it was. It is a better game. A, don't you people have phones? B, it is a surprisingly decent game in the vein of a mobile action RPG. The visuals are pretty nice. The gameplay, while very simplified, Diablo 3, still a little bit of stuff going on. And it's kind of surprising how good it is, like in terms of quality and polish. That said, it should be called Diablo Immortal, because the amount of fucking transactions that you could make in this game are insane. So I'm going to play through the story, and then when I hit a brick wall, I'm uninstalling it. I'm really shocked that the more you go through the game, you get that honeymoon period. It seems cool. Some people who like Diablo 2 are going to be like, no, this game's too shit. It's too simple. But the atmosphere is pretty decent, and there's necromancers and stuff. Henrik does the voice acting for the Crusader, the dude from Dragon Quest 11. So that's cool. But then, you play and you're like, oh, what's this resource? It's a purple gem. How do you get those? Oh, I pay for them. What's this resource? It's a crest. How do I get those? Oh, I pay for them. Wait a minute. How do I get these good gems that I have to use to make my character more powerful? Oh, I gotta pay for them. There was a video I watched about this, and there's an estimate that it would take 6 figures to fully 100% upgrade your character. Like, unnecessarily upgrade, but it's that predatory. It was banned in the fucking Netherlands, and Blizzard was just like, yeah, we're not going to release it there. Rather than cop to the fact that this game is basically gambling, they're just not going to release it in the Netherlands. Yep. So, unfortunately, there was some glimmer of hope, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play through as much as I can without spending any money. But from what I hear, you get to a certain point where you just get left behind, and you kind of need to like buy some stuff so you can get gems that are very powerful. And so it is just a shame that Blizzard, this game, it feels like think about the people that design these mechanics. Like, there's one mechanic with gems where you buy the option, you buy the ability to get an item from a rift, right? You get $100, gets you 45 tokens. Now, you are guaranteed a rare gem on your 50th run. So if you don't get it 49 times, you will get it on your 50th. However, since you get 45 gems, you got to drop another 100. I could be wrong, but this is the video I watched. They went into detail. So imagine being a game designer. You get hired by Blizzard or some other fucking chucklefuck company that's going into the mobile space. And they're like, yes, how can we most maximize profits? How can we most gouge our customers for money? I think you should have 45 gems, cost $100, and then maybe, I don't know, 50th you'll get the perfect one so that you drop another 100. What do you think about that, Mitch? And then Mitch, the programmer, is just like, I wanted to make Mario jump over the Goombas. I wanted to make an action-adventure game. No, it would be much better if you could work on this monetization system. Could you do 6 or 7 different types of in-game currency that cost real American US dollars? I guess so. I guess I can do that. That's great. Thank you very much. So it feels very hollow. It feels like, as cool as some of the stuff is, and I am enjoying the moment-to-moment gameplay so far, even if it is very simple, and I hope Diablo 4... I have no hope for Blizzard, but there's a part of me that hopes Diablo 4 has a little bit more depth than this, and maybe some more, you know, like, just some customization of your character. But for a mobile game, this could have been a shining example of pay $30 and get a decent game, and then play online with people and go through a Diablo story that's full. And instead, it's just like, you know, it's all monetized. So I'll let you know. This will be a to be continued. I'll let you know how far I get before I either get bored or get gouged for money. But now, as much as I want to shit on the game, it's not a cheap looking, feeling, sounding game for the most part. It does actually feel like a video game when you're playing it. So, and it feels like a Diablo game. I'm shocked. Okay, well, that's it. I just wanted to do a quick Vine talk. He's going to get addicted. Probably not. I've only ever spent a couple bucks on video game microtransactions in the past, so they won't admit it, but I'm 100% certain that the game was just developed for China. Everyone else is just a runoff. Jesus Christ. You might be right. Anyway, thank you. Sorry, I talk a lot, and I am done now. I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Okay, now we can play this other game. The reason you're all here. The Ditty of Carmiana.